Hi, I'm Deanna Dewell, owner of Heal in Motion PT, and you are watching this video on my YouTube channel, Heal in Motion PT. I would like to show a few basics of the BASI Pilates that I teach. I've already done a 30-minute mat class on this YouTube channel, but sometimes people don't know exactly how to do some of the moves, so I thought I would break down about 5 or 6 moves. And if you've never done Pilates before, I would start with this video, okay? Then when you progress and you go watch something where I'm not going to be teaching, I'm just going through it, you have a little better understanding. I'd also suggest a one-on-one session with me. Right now we're doing those online. It's a little bit more hard because I usually touch and kind of feel where your back is and where your muscles are and kind of guide you, but it's definitely doable and it's a lot better than you trying to figure it out by yourself. So let's get started. Okay, I'm going to start with a standing roll down. Okay, you're not going to be able to see totally my head because I've got it shined down for most of our mat work, but I start every class with a roll down. You line yourself up against the wall. So imagine this is the line of the wall. I'm going to put my back against the wall. Okay, spread my feet about sit bones width apart. I'm going to feel the wall support me. My feet are about 1 inch or 2 away from the back of the wall. That way I have enough room for my butt tissue. Okay? If my head doesn't touch the wall because we've been kind of led with a chin forward, you're going to put a little pillow back there. From here, feel the wall support you and understand what it is to be straight up and down. Okay? After that point, you can step away from the wall. That would usually be forward. Okay? But imagine the wall is still there. Take a breath in, whether you reach your arms up or not, that's up to you. Then find your nice tall body. Exhale, roll from your head first down. Feel the stretch in the back of your neck. Then curling your shoulders, scooping your tummy as if you have a basketball there. Softening your knees. Pause at the bottom. Take a breath in. Feel your ribs expand. And roll back up. I don't bend my knees, they're just soft. So I've got to tuck my tailbone under and stack my lower vertebrae first. I'm lining myself back up against that invisible wall. Okay? That is a standing roll down. Okay? Started with the head and it rolled on down, okay? You can practice half of a wall, like if you're standing at the wall and you just practice half your body rolling off. If you're totally at the wall, you can't go all the way down because your butt needs somewhere to go. But it's a nice way to practice feeling your vertebrae leave the wall. Okay, standing roll down. Now finding your posture on the mat. Okay? My feet are going to be sit bones width apart. If you don't know what that means, put them all the way together. Open your toes up, then open your heels to match. Okay? Then as I go up, I feel my tailbone in the mat, but I do not feel the waistline of my trousers in the mat. That has lifted off. That's a natural lumbar, normal lumbar curve. As I travel up my body, I can feel my ribs. Most of them are on the floor. Not all of them, but most of them are on the floor. I'm trying to pull them into the floor without losing that gap in your lower back. This takes a little bit of work. When my palms are down, my shoulders are internally rotated. This can cause the shoulders to roll forward like this, okay? You need to pull those shoulders back, keeping the palms down. If you don't know how to do it yet, open your palms up and feel how easy it is to kind of let your shoulders roll back. Then turn your palms down, trying to keep your shoulders there. Now, have you lost connection of your ribs once you did that? Because most people, they arched. Right? You have to keep the connection of your ribs on the floor. Turn your palms down. As I travel farther up, I'm going to connect with where my chin is. Most people feel more comfortable like this with their chin poked because that's how they stood. That's how you are in standing. Now, in this moment, I need you to pull your chin down, almost like you're trying to push it into your Adam's apple. Even if you're a girl, pretend. All right? Exhale, tighten your core. If you need to remind yourself how to tighten, tap it. Tap it real hard. You're not going to want to have a soft tummy when you tap it that hard. At the same time, my back feels kind of tense as I exhale. I'm tightening my whole transversus abdominis. Inhale, relax. Exhale, tighten. Notice I exhale by fogging the mirror. Right? Inhale, relax. You don't see a lot of movement in my body. This is not a movement. This is isometric. Iso means same. Metric is referring to the meterage between two in a joint. Now I'm going to show you imprint. It's hard to see, but what I'm trying to do is imprint, push my belly button down and let the vertebrae hit the floor. Inhale, relax, and let it lift off. Exhale, imprint, push my vertebrae down. Now this is really easy to do if I squeeze my butt, right? If I squeeze my butt, I can do it really easily. What we're trying to do is not use your buttock muscles and just tighten your core, pushing it down. So I used my little fingertips and tried to feel a nice soft butt tissue so that I know I didn't clench my behind in order to do this. Good. Sometimes the shoulders want to roll forward when you're doing this. Try to keep those shoulders back. It's more complicated than you think, and if it's easy, you're doing it wrong. If it's hard, you're doing it right. Okay, that's imprint. When I have my feet in the air, such as tabletop or other instances, I will usually imprint. Unless there's some advanced move. I will usually imprint because this is a lot safer, okay? When my feet are on the floor, I will usually have a neutral back, that little gap in my lower back. If my feet are extended out and off of the floor, this is one of the most dangerous moves for your lower back. So I would want, anytime my feet are off, my lower back to be into the floor. Otherwise, don't go any lower, right? So for me, I can only go about that low when my whole body is down before my back wants to lift off and I've endangered my back. Okay, otherwise just keep your feet down and you can keep a neutral back. We're going to imprint and start the first move called pelvic curl. All right, pelvic curl. Imprint and squeeze your bottom cheeks now to lift your hips up and off the mat. Take a breath in and roll down in the opposite fashion. Let your ribs touch first. Feel that imprint, and then go back to a neutral back. I've got a little space now again. Exhale, imprint, squeeze my butt cheeks, and roll on up. Breath in, and roll on down. This is called pelvic curl because I'm trying to curl my pelvis. I'm having to use my core to articulate one vertebrae at a time, coming off of the mat, and one vertebrae at a time hitting, right? My ribs have to come down. Oh, and I've got to do that without curling my shoulders forward. You know, Joseph Pilates called Pilates controlology first. He didn't call it Pilates. That was just happened to be his last name, right? Controlology, the study of control. How do I control my vertebrae, the movement of my spine, without everything else trying to make up for the lack of movement or control? All right, that was pelvic curl. All right, now to learn number 2, it's called spine twist supine. You have to know how to do tabletop first. So tabletop is lifting one leg and then the other, okay? But I've got a neutral back, okay? If you need to curl it down for safety, you can do that. You can imprint a little and you'll feel safer, all right? Otherwise, people tend to bring their knees closer because this is a lot easier. Rather, you keep your tabletop, and if you feel like this is too hard, imprint. Pull your belly button down and in, okay? So sometimes studying the tabletop, I force people to be in a neutral back because it's sort of difficult, but that's because I'm there watching. And we might do a little bit of tapping and learning how to dissociate the hips from the body. My body is staying still. Even my pelvis, my pubis bone and my belly button are staying level with one another while my legs move. I'm learning how to track, right? My knee and my ankle and my hip are all in one like little railroad track, sliding up the railroad track and back down. Okay, if I have this askew, maybe I have tightness or whatever, who knows? Everybody starts off at a different point. I make it look easy because I've been doing it a long time. All right, take a little rest if you need it. If not, we're moving on. One foot, other foot to tabletop. Squeeze them together. Open your arms to a T. Palms are up, facing up. If my palms are down, my shoulders roll off the mat. So palms are up. Imprint a little just to protect yourself since you're starting out. So that means push the belly button down. Let those stuck knees go to one side, not very far, and then pull them back. Inhale, drift. Exhale, back. Inhale, drift. Exhale, back. Now my knees are totally stuck together, so when they go to one side, my hip has to lift off the mat. Then it settles back down. Then as I drift this way, this leg is elevated, lifting off the mat, and then back down. This is called supine, because I'm on my back, spine twist. Good. If I go too far, I don't know if you'll be able to see it from your angle. If I go too far, my knees slip from one another. Can you see my feet have changed? And my knees are no longer stuck together. I can't actually sustain that low. My other shoulder has now lifted off the floor. So for me, everybody's different. For me, I can go about here, keeping everything stuck together, and my opposite shoulder is still on the floor. If I start to go too far, this shoulder will lift off, right? Or my knees will slide. Okay? Tabletop down, foot down, foot down. Now the next one is called the chest lift. Okay, I'm going to use a little towel because at the beginning, sometimes people's neck gets very sore. So if you have a hand towel, okay, it's a nice way to start out. Sorry about all the stuff here. That way I can support my head with the hand towel. All right, so I found my neutral back, right? A little gap here. Feet are sit bones width apart. I'm going to lift my head off, and I've got this little basket, right? The towel is simply a basket for my head. My head will stay in the same spot, but now I'm going to curl my upper chest. This is called chest lift. Inhale and exhale. I lift my chest. Breath in and land. I didn't move very far, did I? If I keep a neutral lower back, a tiny little gap in my lower back, I can't get up very high. It is impossible, right? That is the goal. If this is hard, if it's hard to lift your shoulder blades off the mat and keep your tailbone down, you've done it right. If you go all the way up like this, you've curled, right? You've curled your lower back. That's not what we want. We want to just curl your upper back, your chest. It's called chest lift, not sit up. Notice how slow I'm going. It's damn frustrating for someone who's used to doing 100 sit-ups. You have to go slow. You have to breathe in to pause, breathe out to control that lowering of your body. So again, this is called chest lift, originally done with my hands interlaced behind my head. But you can accommodate and use a towel to alleviate the tension in your neck. Try to let all of your neck relax. You are using your tummy muscles to lift you, and your hands are supporting your head. All right, the last one in the warm-up, this 4 exercises of warm-up. There was the pelvic curl, supine spine twist, chest lift. Now we've got chest lift with rotation. So again, if you want to use the towel, you're very welcome to try to stop your neck from using too much tension. Okay, exhale, lift up. Take a breath in. I'm looking at my knees now. And exhale, rotate. Inhale, back. Exhale, rotate. Inhale, back. I'm looking right here and then here. If my eyeballs are looking to the side of my knees and then my knees, my chin will be in the right direction. If I look up, can you see how my chin has poked, right? And it's going to strain my neck, right? So using the correct eye focus helps your neck. My hands are pulling on my skull, at the base of my skull, as if I'm popping my head off my body like a dandelion. This really helps alleviate neck strain. But this is a potential neck strengthener. All right, let's pause here and lay on down. Let your arms reach overhead and your legs reach long. You've just done 4 of the BASI foundation exercises, not including the warm-up. where you rolled down. Okay, so now we're going to do a roll up. Imagine you did the wall exercise where you laid your body flat on the wall. Okay, you're in that same position, arms are overhead. Now when I move my arms, I'm going to do a chest lift and look at my toes. Then go back down, just practice that portion. Inhale, look at your toes, and then rest. Inhale, look at your toes, and then rest, okay? The reason why I'm having you practice it like this is I want you to inhale. The next step will be rolling up, but we need a little bit of accommodation until you're strong enough for that, okay? So you did inhale, you looked at your toes, okay, and you're good with that. Next is going to be the rolling up portion, okay? To start, I'm going to have a little towel here, and it's going to help me roll up. Okay, breath in, and now roll down. Okay, inhale. Look at my toes, exhale up. Inhale, exhale, roll down. Okay, what I'm doing with my arms is I'm trying to simulate as much of the move that's normal as possible until you get ready to do it without the towel. All right, another thing to take care is that when I grab my towel, it's my legs pulling me down. My legs are pulling, okay? So instead of me pulling myself up, because I'll end up just rocking backwards, I've lifted up and my legs are pivoting me so that I can get to this spot, okay? And rolling back down. And these legs on the towel help you get back down, all right? The official is without a towel. Okay, so when you're ready and you feel kind of warmed up, you can try this. If you have any bulging of your tummy, especially down the midline, if when you look down your midline, you have a little bulge or ridge there, that's called diastasis recti. And I don't want you doing either the chest lift or the roll up if you have diastasis recti until you have figured out how to heal it, okay? So it's a private one-on-one session. You need to heal that ridge. All right. If I don't have that, I'm moving on. Inhale, exhale. I finish up at the top where my shoulder is on top of my hips. This is not as far as I could go. I could go farther, right? I've stopped where I still have tension. Like someone said, stop before you get to the end of the race. That's okay. That's good. Tension. Breath in and roll back down. Let's do 3 of them together. Again, you might be with your towel. Exhale up. Finish right here. Arms forward and parallel to the floor. Exhale, roll down. I pause when I get to my chest lift. And I finish. Inhale. Exhale. Pause here. Inhale. Exhale. Pause, inhale, arms overhead and back. Exhale. Pause here, inhale. Exhale. Okay, that is called a roll down. There's a few nuances with it that once you kind of get going, I might be able to perfect with you, keeping the ribs tied together, having that pace, that rhythm. Okay, but what I want you really to notice is how much this helped with the leverage of your legs so you could get started on a move that can be considered too hard by most people, okay? So remember that you did your inhale, then you let your legs pull you till you get over that hump. Breath in, and then you let your legs lower you till you feel safe. All right? Okay, those are a few basics. You did the standing roll down, pelvic curl, supine spine twist, chest lift with rotation, and a roll up. Congrats, you're on your way. Okay, see you for the next class. Thanks.